Will Forge, and today we're forging on Twitch. We're changing things up a little bit. I need to remember how to do everything today we're forging on Twitch. I've got to mute that, for example. I had my own stream up, and it just suddenly started playing. Let's see. Let's go over here to Halo Infinite and play. Do Halo. Still want that muted. Don't unmute. I'm trying to remember if I need this chat up or if the chat in OBS works fine. Man, now that we're over here, I can actually update my OBS to work a little better. Where I can have chat on screen now, and it'll actually work. I don't know. It never worked for YouTube, but I bet it'll work now. Now that we're back to Twitch. So. Is it better visuals? Well, we'll just figure out how this goes. Let me make sure it updated into my ping cord. It was supposed to. No, it doesn't appear to have. I could have sworn it was like it was gonna work. It was working before whenever I had it, but something must have gone wrong. Unless it's just delayed. It could just be delayed. Alright, well, while it's updating there, we're continuing the project. Project Ripshade is what I call it, but it's, his map is, he was originally calling Lunar. Unable to start dedicated. What the hell? Oh, Jesus Christ. Exit to desktop. Let's try this again. That's unfortunate. Very annoying. Don't you just love it? Let's see how this works out. Let's see. Pog. Yes. How's it going, Aaron? Okay. So I need... I tried to load it in a second ago, and then it said it couldn't connect to the server. So hopefully... Getting 0 MS. Am I having some weird issues with the server? I just restarted the game. No, it's working now. It looks like, anyway. Looks like it's loading in. Pingcord did notify, but Twitch itself did. I just went and posted it. Oh, Twitch notified you. Yeah, that's true. I just also created a bit of... because Pingcord didn't, I saw that, so I went ahead and made an @everyone in the streams manually. And I will fix Pingcord. But you're right, it definitely didn't. I was gonna check that, and then I had some other problems, and then I was like setting it up, and I forgot to. Like you literally mentioned it, and I went to go do it, and then I never actually got to it. Let's see. It's loading over here, so while it's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and log into Pingcord and see what it'll say. Let's see. Twitch. Yeah, apparently I have no integrations. I could have sworn that I set that up, but you know what I'm thinking of? Ah, actual emotes. Yeah. I was thinking whenever I told you that I had set it up right before we switched back to YouTube, I think I just realized what it was. I was thinking of how I had set it up. Um, I was thinking of how it used to like post that I went live onto Duquesne's server, and I was remembering that, I think, but thinking it was my server, so that's probably what I did. Let's see. Okay, so we've got this going on for us. And, let's see. Okay, so one thing that Ripshade was talking to me about is that he would like some of this going on in the interiors. That is terribly small. I don't know if you can see that very well, but, he wants that, Star Trek Pure White's shininess on the interiors of some of the buildings. And what I was thinking was, he and I were talking about, you had Streamcord and not Pink. Oh, that's what it was. I had the other bot. And I bet that other bot, I probably got rid of them or something. But it just happened. I think I had this selected a second ago somehow, for some reason. I think it was a bug. But anyway, there we go. Fixed it. Okay, so I did a couple of things. Landing pad looks really cool now. The other side's not going to have this bluish green light. It's going to have a sort of a, you know, a reddish, either reddish green or reddish yellow. Haven't quite decided. I rebuilt the heat panels. Well, this glass piece is in the way. I was gonna ask you actually, Aaron, about these. I had the idea, or I discovered how to make colored glass to an extent. You can make yellow windows, and it looks like, you know, spaceship windows. Like the ones from, like the golden kind of windows from Halo 2 in the Cairo station. Yeah, so set ping cord up. Yeah, I will. I'll set that up. It won't ping now anyway because I'm already live. It only pings whenever I go live. So I'll just have to set that up between now and tomorrow. But yeah. Yeah, it is cool, isn't it? So now we got golden windows, which is really cool. I figured that out, and then I went to go do... I was thinking if I did the white one, I could then shine lights on it to make pretty much any color. Just as an experiment, and then it just made these spots on here with the lights. So I was actually going to run that by you, because I know you did lights for your plants, and I was trying to see... I have no idea. I tried spotlights instead of... or like point lights and spotlights separately, and I couldn't figure it out. But there must be some kind of setting that you were doing, or maybe it just doesn't work on these because of the reflective nature. But another possibility is that I could move it. It does feel a little laggy. I wonder if it's gonna have any troubles. If I put it behind the glass instead of in front of it, it might shine, like whenever I put on a reflection volume, it might reflect off of the glass really nicely. But basically, I don't know. I could make blue glass, red glass, whatever. I also redid. Hold on, let me try and grab this stuff and move it out the way. Because the reason I started talking about it was because it was in the way and I couldn't talk about what was behind it as easily. Why is it not selecting? You see that? There's like definitely a weird delay. I wonder if it's because I'm streaming to Twitch now instead, and I might need to adjust my settings now, or if it's just because the servers are having some kind of issue. But I don't know if you remember what these looked like before. But they look, in my opinion, much better. They've got like this sort of heat glow coming off them now over here. Almost 300 millisecond delay. I do have unstable latency at the moment. Yeah. Oh, I do at the top right. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what's going on with that. It's probably not safe to forge right now like that. I might need to reconnect again or something. Let me try to test my my internet speed, because if it's some stupid thing with the internet, that's going to be annoying. Last night was enough with all that weird stuff that happened. Yeah, time to restart. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, but the thing is, yeah, no, my internet is still pretty solid on speed test. I'm getting 800, roughly 800 milliseconds. I mean, normally it should be like 900, but I'm in the middle of streaming and playing Forge at the same time, so that's probably eating up a lot of my bandwidth. And this usually is 37-ish, so those two things are, you know, eating it all up. 4 viewers already, Pog. Yeah, I'm seeing that. That's great. But anyway, so I don't know if we're going to have to restart or not, but yeah, so we've got that going. I did keep the original ones over here because I wanted the vertical, like whenever they were vertical, they looked fine. It was just the way it was horizontal was still always bothering me. So now we've got that going. So we got the colored glass. I figured out the colored glass as I was doing this. I was like, oh, decals in front of glass. Look at that. It's that simple. I just had to find a good decal. And then I realized that what I did was I actually grabbed specifically the decal for the stripe. You know? This yellow stripe here. And I put it in front of this hologram kind of scanner thing, right? But then I basically just grabbed this and put it in front of a window and then scaled it vertically, like really big, until it was a square, and that seemed to work just fine. And I have no idea if what I'm doing is messing up. Yeah, restart Halo again though. Like I just did this. I literally just restarted Halo. Let's see if it's gonna do it. But yeah, let's test out to see if that will make it better. Because just sitting here doing it on the wrong, you know, with so much lag is extremely dangerous. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna restart Steam. I'm gonna go down here. I've had this problem a few times recently, specifically. The Steam servers working with the Halo servers have been crap for like a week, and whenever I was playing with my wife, we constantly had to restart them, or else it did that bug where it would say, you know, where it'd pop up and say something to the effect of, that looks really freaking cool. I love hard sci-fi. But yeah, so it was constantly doing this thing where it'd say like fail to load or into the match or whatever. There's a bunch of different problems that happen there. Whenever we were trying to play the new game mode. And whenever we just restarted Halo, it wouldn't solve it, but whenever we restarted Steam at the same time, so the Steam server connection rebooted, it seemed to work better. So that's what I'm doing now. Let's see if it works. So it was a new problem solving that we did that actually helps with PC playing, at least. On Xbox, I got nothing if there's a problem there. Because I've always played on Steam. Even whenever she was playing it through the Xbox app, I was playing on Steam. So our Steam server issues were, like, if there are Steam server issues, we were always facing them. So I could go through the Xbox app at some point, but I don't know if it would actually make it any better. It's reading 0 MS in the menu. Oh man. Yeah, okay. Something weird is going on. Where's the game audio? Oh, I had turned that off. Oh, yeah. Big. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, from the boot up. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, that delay was just enough. I just realized I don't have my music going. My regular music. Here we go. Just odd without music. Yeah, I'm turning it on. You're right. Okay. So, it's failed to load. Let's try one more time and then I'll close it and reopen it. This is really weird. You get 0 milliseconds of menu. I could have sworn it would read 30 for me, but okay, it broke again. Like, is anyone else seeing this today? Like, is this just a Halo thing right now? Yeah, I'm losing viewers because it's just not working. People are leaving. Okay, let's see. Let's try again. One more time to get back into this. This is what playing Halo Infinite is like. It'll be 30 in-game. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see. We had people giving me the benefit of the doubt for a minute there, but 2 of them just left, so... It happens whenever you have this kind of crap going on. Where is the game? There it is. Y'all could see it, but I couldn't. Ah, revoke my session and version history. Yeah, because we had the 30-second the 300 millisecond ping. It probably didn't realize I quit. You're right. So it probably thinks that session is still active, and that I'm just not doing anything. No inputs being sent. That's a really good point. Okay, we'll do that. I mean, I'll try just in case first, and then we'll revoke it, because it probably is gonna fail. But I'll try it anyway just to see, and then we'll revoke it just to be. Yeah. Okay. Map my files. Let's see, version history, I believe, right? Is that where you do it? No. Or is it supposed to be version history, and it's supposed to be in here? Let's see, collaborators, edit tags, edit description, report, bookmark, custom game. Huh. This is weird. I don't see anything in here for revoking the history. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I might have to restart my modem and router. That usually only messes up my Wi-Fi connections. But yeah, also dedicated server thing is because you recently left and Forge hasn't updated the server yet. Revert back to 3290. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. We just opened that up. Like, it just created that one whenever we quit, so we should be able to just do that. Oh my god. Files. Yeah, there we go. Oh, nope. Version history. Delete that one. Yeah, all of the ones from today. You're right. Nothing I did today is really important yet because I haven't even been able to get in. So let's just go to that. Replay. Let's try it again. Oh my god. Well, it might be something to do with the fact that I'm streaming on Twitch and I might have my settings on OBS not set up properly. Because remember, we adjusted the stream speed, like the bit rate. What is this? I keep getting unable to start dedicated server when I try to play anything on Infinite. It's happening in Forge, matchmaking, and custom games. It's probably a server bug. Well, probably not a bug, probably just an issue. Well, let's see. Okay, well, that's interesting. That means that any minute it could just like fix itself. But we'll still probably have to restart Infinite the moment that they do fix it, because they'll have to make a new, fresh connection to the internet. But yeah, you're seeing it too. So many people are seeing it. Well, we know I'm streaming, where I'm able to stream to Twitch now, so even if I can't end up getting into my own map and actually stream a proper thing, we at least set it up. Yeah. Yeah, so we at least set it up. How do I have 18 notifications? Let's see. I hate that you have to like race it before the blue will go away, so you can't see which ones are the new ones. Combat tracker and equipment ammo and held element. Yeah. Oh yeah. This was me talking about left to right movement. This is well, here I'll just explain. Technical FPS was talking about how you know, maps can, you know, are always technically asymmetrical. They're never 100% symmetrical because your HUD elements are, well, he wasn't talking about the HUD elements, he was talking about how the center of the crosshair in the middle is always a little bit off. Because of the way that pixels are. They're evenly distributed on the screen, so they're going to have to be a little bit off to one side. But even more impact was I was bringing up how, yeah, but also actually the HUD elements are a bigger deal. Because what happens is, Ethan Hibbs also has dedicated problem. Ah. Yeah, I think that must be a server thing and not my fault. So, cool. Everyone's having the problem. Congratulations. Okay. Well. And I was just pointing out that, like, you know, Unique does too. Okay, yeah, so everyone's seeing it. Okay, so this is just a Halo thing. I bet if we go to down detector, it's gonna be going crazy. Down detector, Halo Infinite. Let's go there. Down detector, wait, not Walmart. Downstream, or down detector, yeah, there we go. Wow, boom, yep. Server connection. Thanks for submitting. How do you rate Halo Infinite over the past 3 months? I mean, the bugs are the only thing that bothers me, so I'll give it 4. I'm a 5. I would rate it 5 stars if not for the network issues like today. Server connection, 95%. Over to almost roughly 300 reported issues. And of course, this is 5 days ago. Yep, yep. Okay, well, time to watch otter videos on stream, right? Yeah, let's do a reactions to otter videos. I was talking about this, basically, yeah, that your motion tracker, right? It's in the bottom left corner of the screen. Your ammo count is in the bottom right corner of the screen. So if you're turning left and you're glancing left because you're checking the new area that's being, the new targets that might be entering the screen, then your motion tracker is going to be directly below your vision and really close to the center of your vision. So you actually have a better peripheral vision, like, you know, registration of that, of your motion tracker if you're turning left. If you're turning right, your vision is farther away from it, so you actually have worse motion tracker, you know, situational awareness. And instead, you're aware of your ammo count very well. So what I bet, like what this ends up translating to is that whenever you're going left, you have better situational awareness, and whenever you're going right, you have better equipment awareness. And then in the end, I bet, I know that this plays a role, but I've never seen like the data, and I bet that if you pulled the raw data, you would see that people turning left get assassinated less often and get sneak attacked from behind less often, because as soon as they see someone blip on their radar, like behind them, they're going to turn around and they're going to, you know, start taking them out. And basically vice versa. Like whenever you're going right, you'll probably get assassinated a lot easier. And more importantly than that, though, you'll also know how many grenades you have and stuff like that. So like whenever you're going right, I bet the people turning right probably use their grenades more often successfully, because turning left, they'll click that grenade. I'm lurking for now because I got virtual court, I think, in a moment. Oh, nice. Well, welcome to the stream. So basically, yeah, if you're going right, you're probably going to know that you have grenades, and you're going to know to use them. Whereas if you're going left, you may not realize you're out of grenades, and you might try to use them, and then that might get you killed. So people who go left probably have a problem with, with that kind of thing. Like, people are generally just aware of their ammo. Whenever they're done with the encounter, they reload. So that's not going to be a big thing. But the grenades in particular, and maybe the equipment that you have, I know there's a lot of times whenever I'll use equipment in Halo Infinite and be like, wait, I thought I had the other equipment, especially during things like Fiesta or like the gun game, whenever it upgrades, and I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot, I don't have grapple shot right now. You know, that kind of thing happens all the time. So yeah, I've thrusted myself off a ledge. I have attempted to do the thruster and then fallen off a ledge because I was trying to use it, or a grapple shot and trying to use it, and then going, deployed shield. Oh, wait, I don't have that. Right, duh. And then died because of it. So, yeah, that kind of thing happens more often whenever you're turning left, because you're farther away from seeing it in the corner of your eye. And so that's also why Halo 1 had the energy shields off to the right. Did Halo 2 as well? I'm blanking right now. But I think Halo 2 is whenever they moved into the middle. And then they eventually moved into the middle, and the reason they moved them to the middle is because having to glance up at your health bar made an unfair, like, connection to that corner, which means that whenever you're going on a map, whenever you're running around on a map, you're going to have better peripheral vision up there. If you're, you know, turning one direction and then turning the other direction, you're not ready for it. That's also why if you look at a bunch of maps that are official, you'll notice that they do a lot of left turns. Whenever you're going uphill and you'd be at a disadvantage, there's a lot of left turns toward, like, mid. Like, Lockout has it, and Guardian has it, and Ascension has it, and there's one of the ones in Halo Infinite that I was thinking of yesterday that has it, that for some reason I can't think of, where basically there's a lot of times where it's an asymmetrical map. One side's like base, has a ramp that goes up, and you turn left to face the middle of the map. And that was because, you know, that's mostly the direction you're going to be going. So because your motion tracker's in the corner there, they want you to have your peripheral vision on your motion tracker as you turn left. And then the asymmetrical point of that room makes it to where most of the time you're not turning right unless you already would have the height advantage over the other player. So there's a lot of stuff like that that goes into it that I didn't, that I've never really brought up before. But whenever he was mentioning, whenever Technical FPS was mentioning, I don't think I ever brought that up before. Whenever Technical FPS was talking about the inherent lack of symmetry in any map, the same thing goes for Call of Duty, by the way. They have a map in the lower left corner, and stuff like that. It did that. But you guys can't see what I'm looking at. I keep on pulling up this this Twitter. Let me go ahead and hit one of these displays is supposed to make the correct method of viewing my other screen, but for some reason I have it messed up. No, nope. Don't know where it is. Gosh. There it is. There it is. I had to turn off one of them that I had on. There we go. So now you can kind of see that. This was technical Halo's thing. Anyway, yeah, so if you have otter videos, I can turn those on. Let's see. This is why Halo gameplay somehow feels more like StarCraft than... Yeah. This was my thread I did. I guess I could talk about this real quick. Light mode killing my eyes. Sorry, let's fix that. Let me turn on dark mode. How do you do that on Twitter? Does Twitter have a dark mode? Let's see. Connects, community verified, creator, studio, settings and support. Display. Lights out. Done. I don't know why I wasn't even dark mode. I usually do dark mode for every website. Okay, so here we go, dark mode. Okay, so somebody went through and liked a bunch of my things. So basically, this thing was a tweet that I put out that we can talk about, I guess, for a minute. Is basically, Max Oberman was asking about what's the integral to Halo. You know, I probably have talked about this before on stream. Possibly a million times. Okay, I might need to mute their thing because I have no idea if they've got some special permissions to do this music. So, where is my... Oh man, look at all the things I have open. Where's my Twitter thing that I had a second ago? It should be dark. I swear, where did it go? Okay. Let's go down here. Did I close it? Oh, I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. It's this one. That's right there. Okay, now I can put it over here. Brilliant. I guess we'll just keep on updating down detector until we see a... Well, there is a sharp decline already, but it's not going to be necessarily working yet because it's still pretty big. Let's try it. Let's try playing and see if it'll connect. But we're probably going to have to reboot the game anyway to make it connect, so... You know. Connecting the server. Unable to connect. Okay. Let's go back to here and our otter video. This is probably just a free music. Yeah, so basically what I was saying is that so Halo Infinite, or Halo in general, has this balance between... Yeah, I'm not even going to go into that. That is too big of a thing to go into, I think, right now. I still got to make that video about it. And I've talked about it on my stream before, over on YouTube, so I'll do that later. I just feel like it's too much to dive into. Oh man, I just need to turn that down. Really low. Let's see. Okay, so... Yeah, I don't know. Game sticking isn't random chance. The campaigns were weak. Yeah, okay. Old stuff, old stuff, old stuff. Who's this? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we're just getting lots of people having problems, I guess. Maybe I should just end the stream today. I don't know. What do you think, Aaron? Let's see. From a campaign standpoint, maybe a Battlefield 5 approach would introduce various Spartans of interest or non-Spartan heroes. Halo has one hell of an opportunity to come back. Just needs to be handled with care. Yeah, 3 won't make that because they never did. Bungie made the game. Yeah. Okay. Classic Mirror. Oh, I was talking about how this was from the TV show, and this is a screenshot from Marathon that I felt like they had the same energy. Anyway, in your YouTube video, you said settings reset was going to be fixed, but only cutscenes replay are getting fixed according to Unishack. Please don't rush out a YouTube video with inaccuracies if you're not paying full attention. Mint Blitz. As I'm thinking about the Blood Gulch Easter egg in Zeta Halo, I have a question. Is it possible that Blood Gulch takes place on Zeta Halo? Is there anywhere in the lore that explicitly states Blood Gulch happens on Station 04, or is that just assumed because of CE? I believe the reason that people think of that as happening on Station 04 is because the Forerunner artifacts, or the Forerunner structures look like Halo 1, and don't necessarily look like Halo, you know, Halo Infinite. There are also no hex columns anywhere. I've always assumed this planet was, here was Threshold, the gravity anchor for Alpha Halo, but what if it's not? What if it's the Zalanin homeworld? What if we've been on Zeta Halo for many years now and never knew it? Yeah, I mean, that could be a thing that they're trying to write into the lore. I would definitely agree with that. It does look a lot like it. And they might have gone out of their way to make it look like that one just so that they can make it feel like it's the same kind of place. And that would be really cool. I would like that particular revisionist history if they wanted to incorporate Blood Gulch into something. Okay, well, time to watch Otter videos on stream was, yeah. Wait, Ocom's saying it's working for him now. Okay, we'll restart Infinite. Let's go see. I wonder if they had a blip and they were restarting the servers and they just didn't announce it. Let's see. Let's find out. Otters. Trying to play pool. Let's see what we got. Sorry if we lost the otters for a second there. Just trying to get Halo working real quick, then we're gonna go back to the otters. Because it's probably not gonna be working. Definitely gonna shoot them alike. Forge. Map. My files. Lunar Art Phase. That's just the temporary project name. There we go. Otters. Sorry to interrupt my otter stream with Halo. I just had to... Let's see now. Hopefully it's gonna work, and hopefully it won't have 300 ping. It's still loading. That's promising. But will it have 300 ping? What is their server system? It's the general Microsoft server system. They do that server that they do for all the corporate stuff. Where is it? What do they call? I forget what they're called. They might have done an update just now. And if they did, then it might be affecting Halo Infinite because of that. What servers do or does Microsoft use? See if that'll come up with literally anything. No, it just keeps on saying Windows Server. Azure, there it is. The Azure servers. Let's see. No. Well, yeah, May 8th. General availability inbound. Public preview, always server for... Okay. There are updates from May 8th, but it looks like it's working. Yep, and we got 30 milliseconds. So I bet they updated the Azure servers. I bet that's what it was. Alright, well, goodbye, otters. We're gonna go back to the real point of the stream. Okay. The purpose for which we are here. Okay. Alright, so yeah, golden glass. Very cool. So we've got yellow glass. We've got very badly loading holograms. We've got, yeah, man, everything's loading badly. You know what? Let me hold down the back button. Make it build the map. That sometimes helps. sometimes. Okay, so this is more like what the other side is going to look like. I gotta copy this over. It's not done yet, and it still has some iffiness. A lot of stuff. Every single time I try to put, like, this is not supposed to just be here and then have a gap between there. What I've been trying to do, let's see, at least the unstable latency is gone. Right. It's not loading the graphical stuff correctly, but every single time I try to make this piece by copying that one and then bringing it over there, right? I liked this kind of concrete as the idea for this over here because there's so much detail around it. It doesn't need to be something super detailed. It needs to be kind of something blank and plain to connect the two pieces together. Too much oversaturation of detail would be bad here, I would say. But for some reason, every time I do this, and I say, you know, it immediately starts the save bug. I don't know why. It's like as soon as I duplicate that other piece. But it's now, looks like it's working, and so I'm not too, you know, concerned about it now. But man, I've tried to do this, what I'm doing right this second, like 4 or 5 times over the last couple of days. And it finally able to just put this one piece here. And so I would just go, okay, well, it's not working, I'm going to do something else. Like, work on something else, and then, you know, yeah. And my thought process was go up about halfway, and, my thinking was this. Just do this. Tap it up to the middle of that, where that seam is. Use that as my guide, like right in the middle of the seam. Duplicate it, and flip it over. Well, I guess I should put it in there first. Wait. Okay, that's not apparently halfway up the wall, so I can't use that seam as a guide. But anyway, yeah, that's just what I had in mind, was to do this. I guess I'll figure out how tall it needs to be, and then I'll cut it in half. But yeah, and that'll be a good way of judging it. And then putting the black part right here, and I'm going to move them back into the wall so they don't clip through like this. But basically, I just need to go to here, and that should be easy to cut in half. Yeah, 12.25. So 12.25, and we're good. And then I can duplicate it and flip that over. And we should be good to go. What was I showing off before the servers all broke? So I can actually finish like what I was showing you. Let's see. Okay, so I remember that I was trying to show you this. So these are barrels. Like these pieces. I flattened barrels and then I put what do you call it? I put a banished texture on it that made those vertical lines really nice. Which I just thought was funny. Banished corrugated metal. It creates those vertical lines. And then I've got the light projecting onto it, and I have the light set to have the ductwork, so that like or the grating or something like that effect on it. So whenever you're up close, you can kind of see this like grating effect. Whenever you're farther away, you can kind of see it, and other people's computers that are set to better settings will probably be able to see the light from farther away a little bit, and see the detail work. But yeah, it's I definitely like that way more than the way the heat sinks were set up before. But yeah, let's see. So there's that. We got our middle area going. I don't know if I ever showed off that I put the rocks down there on stream, to be honest. I know Ripshade saw it because he went into the map. And I actually looked at it. But yeah, it's just still working away. Is it still? Hey, it finally loaded. Look at that. The quality, you know, what do you call it? The resolution of everything kind of finally loaded in. It feels very choppy, and that's probably the stream switching to Twitch. And I probably need to adjust things, but yeah. I still think it's smoother than YouTube was. Is that just me, Aaron? On your side, like, are you seeing the stream, like, moving a little better resolution and smoother than it was on YouTube? Because as soon as I started today, I immediately was like, this feels smoother. Like, just watching it on my own screen, I was like, that's not as choppy as it once was. Let's see, I'm gonna probably delete that one and then flip this one over. Okay, so there. And what I was actually thinking about was flipping it upside. It was after getting them into position. Was actually I wanted to try out if I want the black stripe at the top or the black stripe in the middle, and I think I wanted it at the bottom. On the outside or in the middle, and I think I want it in the outside because it breaks up that white line pretty nicely, and then sort of unifies it into the darker metal around it, so it looks like there's a connection point there. And that was kind of what I had in mind. Why I was grabbing the black tipped, you know, areas, and that's pretty good. Kind of pokes out a bit, not in a bad way. Probably a good thing. I do want to color this glass too, so let's go do that. Very simple. Just copy the decal. I know I'm all over the place. This is very random. I don't think I'm going to be able to focus on one particular concept right now. I think I'm going to, like today, I'm just going to have to figure out what I'm doing as I go and just like jump around the map. I hope that's okay with everybody. Which kind of shows off the map to Twitch viewers a little bit because, you know, most of them, because I've been streaming on YouTube this whole time, most of the viewers have not watched it on Twitch. I mean, on YouTube, so they've missed out on a lot of the visuals of the map. So I guess it's a good thing. They'll be jumping around. Okay. So that yellow golden window, I don't know why it's not snapping to the window. Doesn't appear to be snapping to anything, and that might be, hold on. Is it this problem? Here, hold on. Yeah, this one's working. Okay. So that's picking the glass. I need to grab the yellow tiling. Where did I put that copy? Where did it go? It vanished. Whoops. Oh, I had both of them selected somehow. Deselect all, did not do anything. I did definitely click that button. I definitely clicked that button. So I think something happened where it just didn't want to. But okay, now we've got this and it should snap. So if you're ever having that trouble where it refuses to snap at the new location, just duplicate it again near the location and it generally fixes that problem. Let's see, scale this up a little bit more so that it actually matches the size of the window piece. I think I've got the window poking out over here, apparently. So I've got to fix that. The window is already at the wrong size. I gotta bring this in. And then move it over. And now I can actually rescale it back down. There we go. Now we're looking at a good thing. Well, we're not quite because it's refusing to go slow. There we go. Now we're good. Now we're good. Golden windows. So I want to do the same thing with these little windows, but I'm also looking at them and I'm wondering, there's something about that, right, Ripshade and I had discussed. Good morning, Will. Hey, Green. How's it going? Mr. Greencastle. And Wilco. Will and Wilco. Let's see. If I... So the idea here is I might replace this double windows down below with a wide window, because these have the double windows. But what Ripshade was saying was that he wanted me to try it like this, and I agree. I think that might be a cool idea. Let's see. Let's align it with the upper window, and then what we'll do is we'll select both of these and we'll delete them just to see. Yeah, I kind of like that. I don't know about you guys. It breaks up the repetitiveness. Like, these repeat again over here, sort of, but they're broken up by the fact there's a staircase there. Whenever these were next to those, it felt weird that there was a height change a little bit, because while they were also basically exactly the same. And now that it's wider, it feels like it's not exactly the same, but it's similar, so it's correct. I think it's better this way. I like that. We are forging... Oh, we're forging some Covenant map for everybody. Super exciting. Oh, yeah, y'all are forging the one that Max Hoberman shared it, right? The original... what do you call it? The original what do you call it? Midship? The experimental original midship. That one is really cool. I was there in the Twitter thread about it. I definitely did not snap this to the right spot. There we go. Oh, that was the glass. There we go. That is really exciting. I'm actually really interested to see that finished. There we go. Now it's lined up. Now, do y'all like it with the black line there, or should I flip them over and put the thicker line over here? I almost kind of feel like I should. And I can make that black still if the black color is still, you know, superior. Oh, that's not what I meant to select. Made some changes for Infinite, like no ladders, using grav lifts, lol. Yeah. Inspired by that one, but not exactly the same. Yeah, I was actually really interested in that. So y'all made some adjustments to it? That's cool. Let's see. Max Hoberman is going. It seems to be very involved with the with Forge this time around. What with the talking to me originally. Now he's talking. Now he's releasing this map, and you guys are able to do it. Another Forger, Crush. I Crush All is doing one that's more closer to Max's design, I think. Okay, cool. That's good. Yeah, it makes sense that whenever he announces it to like everybody, that it would be something where it'd be like, okay, I don't want to. We can't focus on doing it exactly the same, because if we do it exactly the same, it's going to, you know, players are gonna, other people who also jump at the opportunity, are going to be making it, and then everyone's just gonna be making the exact same map, and everyone's gonna be racing each other to the finish to see who gets it done first, and that just feels lame. But where you can take your time and make sure it's good, if you know, like y'all are doing, if you actually just give yourself a minute to like make it better, like to not just do it, but then to iterate on the design and all that kind of stuff. That's pretty cool. Do y'all already have the full block out? I think y'all are playing a match on there, right? I think I saw y'all tweeted something about playing a full match on there, right? Because that is really cool. Okay, I think that, so here is, once again, oh that's right, that's what I was talking about right before Forge crapped out on us. Well, whenever we realized it was already crapping out on us with the 300 thing. Is my stream as choppy to y'all as it looks like it is on my other screen, or is it actually staying pretty steady? I don't have audio on for the stream, so I can't hear if it's staying steady. So lots of changes and iterations have been done already. Yes, exactly. A brief outage. Halo Infinite matchmaking has been resolved. If you're currently in-game and unable to join a matchmaking session, close, then restart the game. If you experience any other issues in-game, please file a ticket. Nice. Yeah, definitely gonna retweet that one for everybody. It's chopping because of the game dropping to the low 20s. Oh yeah, I'm seeing that. I really need to upgrade my graphics card. This is... If I could do that, I'm sure the stream will be significantly better. Let's see, what's going on with my... This glass must need to be moved down by 0.001. Let me do that. Because it's sitting here... There we go. That should be better. You know what else? I just realized? I'm sitting here with my, I'm streaming to a new audience and sitting here with my, with my thing set to friends only, so like, who knows, we might try and, you know, hop in, but who knows. What? So let's not do that. Let's avoid that. Okay, I had that image up. This is what I was trying to get back to. I need to open these in browser. There we go. So that they're full, better size. Open in browser. This is just Star Trek. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. This one, open in browser. This one's super small, so it's very hard to see. Time to sell your new house for a new 4090, right? Right. I think, yeah, I don't know. This is, no, actually I don't want to change. Oh wait, I do. Why was it so far zoomed in? That's weird. Okay, so basically this stuff is what Ripshade was sending me, saying he would love an interior that resembles sort of like this. I think mainly what he really wants is like more angular design in here on the walls and stuff like that, and on the floors for detail work. I'd exclusively cleaned up this area from what he had designed originally, because we were trying to match that deadline. That was apparently not the deadline because I was stupid. So it ended up looking, you know, very concrete. But this same space with white walls, very shiny, that kind of thing going on would be cool. But here's what Ripshade and I were talking about, and I want to run this by you guys to see what you guys think. Let me also get proper stream up on my other screen again, because I pulled up those, where the heck is it? Oh, it's right here, and I've just covered it up. There we go. So what I want to run by you guys is this. So Ripshade and I have been talking about the idea of an asymmetrical art design. And what that means is, we already were doing this whole like red doors over here for red side base, emergent, you know, the security systems going off and telling you to halt here. I'm probably gonna put the white. There's a one just like this, I think, that has white instead of red. And I'm gonna put that in the blue base side that just tells you to stop there for the scanner. I just realized I never put these on the blue side. Anyway, the point is that what we're thinking about is this. Is all of this is like going off like maybe the Spartans were, like, as it's currently set up, it's kind of like the Spartans said, hey, we're tripping all the settings over there to be blue base, and we're leaving it all default, you know, like all the emergency stuff is going off over here for red base, but nothing like that is going off over here for for red base over there and for blue base over here. So the idea was that if we want to take it a step further, we're talking about taking a step further, and that's what I want to ask you guys about, what you guys think. And that is, if this base has fallen before, specifically potentially to the flood escaping the Oni base, and then they purified it and proceeded to come back in here to try and rebuild, right? So the flood that are here are all dead, possibly frozen if we can do something to that effect. Like I could put snowman effect on top of like flood looking, you know, tentacle or something like that maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. The point is that they vented the atmosphere, killed all the flood in the area, by essentially freezing them all to death. Because fire kills flood, I'm sure ice does too. Anyway, the point is that what we were thinking is, this side's already under construction and nearly done and operational. So we would make this all shiny and new and white and like those screenshots he was just sending. Whereas the red side is the old stuff, and it would have concrete and exposed, maybe even keep these, for example, or alter them how they are from the way they are. But basically, older structure, Halo 3 style. Red doors would usually mean closed. Exactly. So usually they will, but they're just red energy barriers, so people will know that they can walk through the red barriers, I would think. Or at least they would try, and they would just know that they would go right through. They're kind of more like orange and yellow. I put a yellow effect and an orange effect to sort of be red base, blue base kind of thing. Because they glow and they light up the room, and I don't want to make it to where, you know, red base and blue base are like, yeah. The flood vented, very sus. Exactly, right? So, like, it's like, is there still flood alive on this base somewhere? They think that it's all gone, but who knows? But yeah, so basically the idea is that this side would be, like, we would cover it in frost, and it would be covered in, like, frost, and it'd be covered in, and it would all be all concrete. There'd be broken parts that have, like, scaffolding exposed, because the flood had, like, and then like flood tentacles like going through the scaffolding, like the flood were trying to break through the concrete to infest the area better and stuff like that kind of stuff over here. Whereas at the blue base side, everything's just bright and shiny and rebuilt like it's new. And then I was thinking about, I already put this cracked stuff concrete here, and I was thinking about making it even more damaged, like some stuff had gone down, like combat. Why is this rotated? That must have happened whenever that server issue was happening earlier and I loaded into the map, because this also got shifted. And it was all stuff that would be nearby, so like whenever I clicked my mouse, it somehow selected a bunch of shit that was over here. And yeah. I think yeah, it's probably not rotated by a specific thing. That style would work if it wasn't in space. I mean, Which, oh, the concrete style, or which one? Let's see. I think I just reset the glass too. Why is there already glass here? Oh, there were 2 panels of glass there for some reason. That's weird. Okay, we're gonna put this back into the middle of it. Ah. You talking about the shiny, clean white stuff? Going from old to new. Oh, yeah. Why would that not work in space, though? That's what I'm wondering, I guess. Oh, he had 2 pieces of glass here because he had a top and a bottom. Oh, Ripshade, you don't need to do that. You just make it thicker. Yeah, if you want to make a thick glass, you just make thick glass. I think that's what it was, anyway, what he was trying to do there. Okay, now we just gotta fix this. Okay, does he have a thin on this side? Yes, he does. He has a thin part over here. This is actually from his original attempt to start to art it out. And I like it so much, I'm gonna clean it up, but I'm gonna leave it here, because I like it. Like it a lot. There we go, that should be lined up properly, because I snapped those to that corner originally. And hopefully it doesn't, yeah, it needs to be raised a little bit on the glass. Let's go nudging. There we go. Might need to nudge it in a few other directions a little bit, but yeah. Oh, you know what it is? This needs to be go up by 0.1. So yeah, you guys tell me what you think. If that sounds cool. I mean, so you don't like that, is what you're saying. I mean, we can do stuff like literally like put mops around right at the seam where they're like meeting in the middle, where the damage is meeting. It actually probably would be like the threshold would be there. Like they would have cleaned up the middle here, for sure. But then there would be flood over there, and stuff like that. But yeah, or yeah, dunno. Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping that other people would chime in. We got 5 people in chat, but no one else wants to say anything. It looks like at the moment, unless they're just formulating their thoughts on the matter. But I would love to hear what other people want to say, even if you're new. I would love to hear what your opinion is, even if you're not familiar with the map. Just the idea of having that across the 2. Oh man. What if... Okay, I just thought of something. I don't know if this is gonna make any sense, but... So what if there are Marines, corpses still in the walls? Like in the flood infestation that's on the wall, like aliens almost? And they're just sort of like embedded into the flood infestation that's still on the wall, but everything's covered in frost and supposedly dead. You know? If it was on a ring or whatever, the Academy is, then it would work. Well, here's the thing. We've got a Forerunner structure here. And the idea for this was that, in the battle with the Flood, in the war with the Flood, the Forerunner had this slipspace drive. The Flood infested the ship it was on. They, in an attempt to remove the slipspace drive from the ship so that the Flood could not use it, they decoupled it from the ship and fired it off so that it would just remove itself and just throw itself into a random location in space. It didn't have a firing trajectory or anything like that. It ended up in the middle of space somewhere, where in the middle of a nebula, so its gravity, its very slight gravitational pull, slowly pulled in materials from around it and created a, you know, obviously it came out of a slipspace portal, so there'd be a lot of gravitational pull in the area that would pull, because subspace portals are basically modified black holes. It slowly pulled a bunch of materials in toward itself, and so once it was there, its own gravitational pull from being a very dense metal object slowly started formulating this asteroid around it, and they started, and eventually humanity found the signal coming off, like an ancient signal coming off of it, discovered it, went to the asteroid, and they were like, what the hell is that? They went over to investigate, found out it was, you know, what it is. It asked me if I wanted to keep listening to music. Sorry for the music cutting off. So basically, that's the premise around how this got here and what the UNSC are doing to it. That Oni got their grubby hands on it, and now they're trying to, you know, tap into it to reverse engineer it. And then the idea was that this was one of the many machines. Love it. I literally write lore like this and backstory while we forge too. Yeah, exactly. And what I was thinking is that basically the reason that this is actually part of the reverse engineering project that led to the Infinity having slipspace drives that work more like Forerunner. They're better quality. It really informs the whole design and makes it way more immersive. I agree. I fully agree. So that's the idea of this so far. So then what I was thinking was, and this is always a question, a plan that we were going to do was we were going to have flood involved, where we are going to say there is there was frozen flood forms from 100,000 years ago on the rock on the slipspace drive that still had managed to get onto it, but because they're in the vacuum of space and the asteroids, like all the materials were like forming around it, they were frozen in time essentially, and sort of were just hibernating, still alive because they're flood, but because of the way they had hidden themselves, they were still alive and still able to be studied. So Oni didn't just research here. We were going to make windows up here that saw into a lab, and inside that lab, Oni was experimenting with actively infesting possibly corpses of Marines that were going to be on, beds and stuff like that, and then killing the flood afterward, actively infesting them in a safe room so that they could try to determine if they could figure out a means of creating, an anti-flood serum of some kind, something that they were trying to create a vaccine for the flood. And so that's the idea. That was kind of the idea that was going to go into it. We were going to have flood being seen through the window anyway. So now I'm just wondering if it would be cool to split the map down the middle. Not literally a line down the middle, that would be goofy. But like have this area, this barracks, be like, this was where the infestation was the worst. And have things like, Marines grafted to the walls inside the flood infestation and things like that, where they haven't cleaned this room yet. That's the biohazard room. We could put up biohazard signs all over the place, put up the wet floor, yellow things, and stuff like that, and just be like, while they're still doing cleanup, they brought in Spartans so that if the flood, reanimates, before they can finish cleaning up, they have Spartans on staff. They also want to be fully trained. There it is. I have been looking for this yellow piece for forever. I pulled it out when I was first doing the yellow glass. I was like, hey, I may need a triangular piece. And I slapped it down, and then I moved on, and then I did the yellow glass, and I've been looking for this for so long, because it's invisible from one side, so no matter what I did, I couldn't find it. Okay, we are going to delete it. I will rebuild it if I need it. Anyway, so, sorry everybody in the middle of that thought. So basically the idea is, so the Spartans are having to run drills, for like combat drills on the space station, even while they're doing cleanup, because the flood could reanimate at any moment, and they're going to need to be able to jump into action immediately. So every now and then they're all using biohazard suits, space suits, that kind of stuff anyway, so they don't need atmosphere yet. So they're opening all the doors, and the Spartans are running their drills, and they're keeping the flood cold and allowing them to sort of like, really keep everything good, you know what I mean? Everything good to go, and then they're trying to reclaim the thing because because humanity really wants this slipspace drive to be able to continue research on how the Forerunner do it. And there's also, of course, the danger of, if that slipspace drive falls into the Flood's hands, they now can jump this entire space station around the galaxy and attack any planet they want. So, the Spartans really need to be on staff. Here's something you could incorporate. Ooh, let's see that. It's a Twitter post. Let me move this over there. Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, cool, like, exposed supports in the walls, concrete walls. This has got to be from Halo, right? The lower depths? Because that's literally the UNSC concrete panel floor, isn't it? Or this is Star Wars, isn't it, right? Lower depths, that's Star Wars, isn't it? But like, this is the texture. I could literally make that exact wall. Because that is a texture that's in there, and there are supports that are very similar to these, if not exactly the same. Who made this? It's Jedi Survivor. Oh my god. Yeah, I thought it was Star Wars. Because the lower depths is Coruscant. Yeah, that's it. Coruscant. That's the word that I was trying to remember. Yeah. I didn't see Star Wars. I was completely ignoring the hashtags. I saw the lower depths and immediately scrolled down. But yeah, okay. Like, literally, that pipe, did they... Like, am I crazy? Or does this look like they used Forge to prototype this? These pipes look exactly like the pipes in Forge. That looks like that one piece that I've used already. This looks like a triangle piece that I know is in the game. These are literally the floor or the UNSC wall panels, metal panels. I don't know what these look like. These look like something straight out of Star Wars for sure, like the cannons on an X-wing. I believe it uses Quixel assets since it's Unreal Engine. Gotcha. So I guess Halo Infinite grabbed some Quixel stuff. They probably just paid for the rights to use them in their own engine and then just slapped them in, or just recreated them, or made them just distinct enough to make them their own. So maybe it's the other way around. I guess that Halo Infinite is sort of copying some of Quixel's stuff. But okay. Sorry, that was crazy to me. Okay, well, I'm gonna put this. Where am I gonna put this? There we go. I don't know why it keeps jumping over to this tab. I want to be in my Twitch tab so that I can see chat and see how many viewers there are. That is the one thing that I wish OBS did, was tell me how many viewers are in chat. Like, there's not a place in OBS that actually does that I'm aware of. Maybe I can get a viewer count thing that just displays on screen that you guys would see too, but it wouldn't be a big deal. By the way, we're at 64% budget, so the big team battle section, like variant, that is gonna just be low on budget. So the underground is probably gonna be very concrete, rough structure, you know, simple. In fact, that might even be where I reincorporate this concept of these ribs, because it would be like a parking garage down there, and that might be a very like simplified room, because people who play big team battle like myself, we're okay with a few areas being lower quality. Wouldn't have to copy if Halo was on Unreal Engine 5 with native integration. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. And maybe they're gonna do that. Who knows? They probably know over at Creative Assembly. Certain affinity. I swear. I will do that every single time until the end of my life, I'm sure. As long as they're both open. No, probably after they close too. But yeah, okay, so this is the idea. Yeah, I'm liking this idea. They better do. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm really liking this idea. I think we should do this. I think we should do the flood infested side on red side. That would also make the walls slightly red because of all the flood fleshiness would be like a pink red, and then it would be covered in frost, you know? We're gonna try and figure that out. So yeah, after discussing it for forever, let's see if we can actually do it. There's roots, right? There are roots that look really good for this, if I'm not mistaken. Biome, I think it's in trees or trees roots. There we go. Yeah, this is what everybody uses for the flood. Is they do something like this, they slap it on a wall, they change the texture. Oh, that works. Yeah. They change the textures, and then they don't. As far as I'm aware, what, did I go to like MP version or something? You can't change this one's texture. I mean, it already looks like flesh. It doesn't need to be changed texture on this particular one because of the way it looks. If it's surrounded in a fleshy sort of mess around it. Some of these you can change texture on though. So let's find out which ones. Not that one. Root B. I don't know. I don't know which ones. Whoop. I could have sworn there was at least one that you could change texture, but they might just all be using the regular roots. Do they just use regular roots? Oh, you sent a tweet. Or a Twitter link. Let's see. Okay, let's try. It looks like all of them can't change texture. I could have sworn you could. Alright, well, red lights being on in this room will color shift the brown to a sort of pinkish hue. Yeah, see, that's another great color, or great texture. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open them up in I'm gonna reopen these. I've got a, where's my folder for this? This one. just in case y'all are wondering, these are all references for this map. And I've got official Halo images from space stations, brutalist buildings, space stations, the people like art, and then environment art, which I just closed. And that's like more like natural environment art. I don't know why I called it environment art. I probably should have called it natural art or something to that effect. Open image in a new tab, and then we will slap this over into there. And close that one and reopen the other one, which I ended up putting over here. Open that in a new tab. Oh, whoops. I opened link in a new tab, not image. It's off screen right now, I know, but let's see. And then slap it over here. So then I can close this one out, close that one out. Down detector doesn't matter anymore, and let's see. Yeah, okay. So back to what we were doing. Okay, so that would be really cool, and then we basically just infest that. Like a very old style of UNSC style structure. So it would also be kind of cool if, I don't know, I have these plants in here. I could put some little flood spores inside there. But I was wondering, let's see, what happened to your mood board in Photoshop? Oh, that one's still the mood board from the other one, if you recall. That's from the other map. So that one still exists, but it's in a much funnier program than Photoshop. It's in GIMP. It's a much sillier named program than Photoshop. But yeah. Let me just pull this and put it up there because I'm using a combination of OBS and what the heck? And Twitch stream chat, and that's not, yeah. Classic GIMP, yes. So if I go into File, and I go Open, Recent, and just open up. This was the map from, that was Vulcan, if you recall. That was the other map, the underwater lava volcano map that I'm working on. But we're just prioritizing this one because I need to meet that deadline. And if I go switching off to another map again, it's going to end up making it to where we don't meet that deadline, potentially. I want to do both, but I have a whole month. I want to do both. I've lost like a couple days, but other than that, yeah, it's pretty good. So basically, okay, what I'm saying is, essentially, if this is covered in pink glowing light, effectively, it's going to look a little bit more floody, a little bit more fleshy. Unfortunately, I can't do a dirt layer that would add frost like I was hoping to. So that's a little bit frustrating. You know, I don't know. I don't know what to do about that, but we can definitely figure something out. Literally is discount Photoshop. It really is. Well, it's free. It's free Photoshop. It's open source Photoshop. I'm pretty sure. It's open source or just it may not be open source, but it's definitely an open program of some kind. I forget what the different layers of open are. Okay, so we've got a couple of different things. I'm just going to use this like a palette. Let's see. Some flood infestation going on here. Let's see. Hanging roots will be great for dangling out of like ductwork. Actually, the hanging roots would be good to show like the idea of a dead flood. You know what I mean? Like I basically want to have the idea of like a proto-grave mine, not a full-blown, you know, like full-blown, you know, fully formed grave mine. So I want like it was starting to form a grave mine here. I might even make one that looks like the one in Halo 1. See, I remember when I used to use GIMP to make a wallpaper. Oh yeah. I use GIMP all the time still. I don't like we also have Krita. My wife and I use GIMP, Krita, and the Affinity programs. Not as often for image manipulation for Affinity, even though that is literally what it does. That one's European Photoshop. It always tries to ask us if we want to do A4 paper or whatever. And we're always like, no, 8.5 by 11. We're doing American paper. If I print this out, I need it to be able to be. I need my printer to know what's going on. Okay, so basically we've got some, you know, basic flood stuff that can reach around. We can have open ductwork where they're pouring out, and use that inspiration. Like, like you sent that thing from Jedi Survivor. We can literally use that to build the way this area looks here. Like, I can actually use the way that support structure is to come up and go that way, or to come up and go that way, actually, is probably how I would do it. And put pipes along the wall, because we are going to do, this is going to be glass, like this, eventually. We're going to turn this into, now that we have time, I can just delete that again and then go back into the idea of it. What is this dark shadowiness? Oh, right, it's because I baked lighting and that was a dark room. God, that's so cool. You could really do some cool stuff with that. If you like, let's see, wait, you don't use a A4 paper? No, in America we use inches still for our paper too. Our paper here is 8.5 by 11. That's 8.5 inches across the top and 11 inches down, which basically means it's the same exact as A4 paper, because it got standardized before A4 paper was invented. Like American paper is actually the older standard, from what I understand, or at least it's older than the modern standard of a European paper. European paper had an older standard before A4 that was not 8.5 by 11, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, it's effectively the exact same, except for slightly wider by just like a couple of centimeters. Like seriously, it's like nearly identical. If you were to see them side by side, you'd go, I can tell, it looks like someone shaved off the edges of this paper to make that one. But if you were to look at them like, but if you were to see them separate, if you were to walk into one room and they had all A4 paper, walk out of that room into another room and they had all 8.5 by 11, you probably wouldn't even notice there was a difference because of how close they are. It's like, they're that similar. But anyway, this is kind of cool. I think it'd be really cool to make an encroaching darkness map where you utilize this concept of baking the lighting and then deleting a whole bunch of blocks to make this like super dark area that then the active lights, like the lights that are casting active shadows and stuff like that, then cut into to make this like living darkness shadow. In fact, you could do that to be like nanomachines if you wanted to, like a nanomachine cloud. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be alive, it wouldn't move. So that would just be really freaking kick-ass. And if somebody wants to do that at some point, steal the idea, go ahead. But if I ever get around to doing something weird like that, I might do the really spooky map like that. My wife wants me to make a haunted house, and that'd be really freaking cool. But with like scripting and stuff like that to make things move around and shit. Anyway, the point is that I can leave that sort of concrete and then do that Jedi Survivor image that is right here and flip it so that this support is going the opposite direction, and I'll just throw it together. I'll go off that and throw it together because I can just throw supports on here. It'll be freaking easy. Let's see, accents, supports. But yeah, we also don't use the other whatever papers. We use completely different stuff. We have something called legal paper, which is literally like all of our terminology for it is like weird old stuff. Where's supports? What am I'm going right past it. Okay. All of our stuff is really weird. Let's see. And yeah, it's as weird as you think it is. In our opinion, it's also very weird. So I could do this one and like scale it down and then scale it a bit in and then duplicate it to make sort of like that other one. Actually, I would make it wider first. Make it a little bit wider. And then to where it could look like a beam and do something like that as the top part. And I can do that really easily. The other option, and I'm gonna run multiple options by it. Okay, this is not wanting to. Oh right, because it's not the last one I selected. Okay, there we go. It looks like I'd have to duplicate it one more time to get the gap, and also not line up there. But anyway, yeah. So we got something like that going on. Another option is, and this is what I had in mind first, is this one, because this would be one piece that I could probably make look like the entire thing. If I scale it right. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go like this. Nope, that's not. Yeah, there we go. If I make this thick, and then I go ahead and stretch it out, then I could theoretically make effectively that exact piece. It even has the same number, almost the same number of cross struts, like these cross pieces, as these Jedi. You know, maybe I should put it in the lower right corner. Will that be visible well enough on Twitch? I know it wasn't very well on YouTube, but we'll see. That one? Yeah, it's so small. You can't make that out. Anyway, I'll leave it up, but yeah, it's so hard to see there. Probably not going to be able to make anything out there. Okay, so anyway, we could do this, or we could do the other one. This would be cheaper and would be just as effective, I think, so I think I'm going to go with this one. And then underneath that, and then we'll just get rid of these other ones. Since it's less expensive, it looks good, and it kind of looks like a little more sci-fi than this one. We want some sci-fi effect to it. You know what I mean? We're not trying to go full-blown. Like, Halo 3 threw off the visual of the UNSC a little bit. And I'll explain that a bit. I'll explain what I mean by that. Basically, they had a World War II bunker. Yeah, I guess I'll do 2 of those like that, something like that. Anyway, they had a bunker that was like an ancient, it was from like World War II or the Cold War or something like that in Russia. And that visual, or not in Russia, was it near? I thought it was in Russia, but then I think it's actually pretty close to, it must be in Africa or something. But anyway, the point is, it's a really old bunker, and that throws off the visual of the entire concept of the, you know, of the UNSC, because people are thinking of that old school, you know, rat's nest. We went over that a while back. Rat's nest throws off the visual, and it makes it feel like, you know, you're looking at something that's, it makes it feel like the UNSC should be even more old than it actually is. But it's actually more like Halo 1, like, you know, Pillar of Autumn. So I want to have a little bit of a sci-fi tech is what I'm trying to say. A little bit of an effect that feels a little sci-fi. Do I want this upside down like that? I think so. I think the that little cutout there looks really nice to sort of frame the door, in a way. You know, it's sort of like opening up toward the door, kind of frames the door nicer than the way it was before. The other way worked, but this is better, I think. Well, actually, okay. The other part of the support structure is one of these, or yeah, I think it's this. Yeah. Yeah, my wife is right. I probably gotta get going soon. Yeah, she's just reminding me. Okay, so basically though, if we have that other strut, we've got the cross beam. It's not exactly the same as the other one, but it's close. And of course, I'll sink it into the wall, and then make a column coming down out of it. And that way we have like a proper setup. In fact, let's just snap it to there, and make it thinner, so that it will match the beam it's under. And yeah, okay, hold on. Boom. Kind of go up a little bit into the ceiling. Okay, now does that still does it like sort of like I was saying, point down to the door? Does it frame the door well? Maybe not so much anymore. Like now it's open and then touching this thing here. So now I don't like it. So I do want to flip that back over. There we go. I figured that was going to happen. That's why I mentioned it and started trying to try it out. I think this needs to be a little thinner still. Okay. I'll find a good snapping point and correct that. But for now, that's basically like the Jedi Survivor thing, for example. And then we'd have pipe, like cables and stuff like that dripping down. Or, actually, I think it'd be really cool. Okay, here's, oh, Discord. You sent me something in Discord. Discord. Aaron. Oh, nice. This is Dead Space. Yeah. See? Yeah. You're right. Dead Space is the perfect one. Is the perfect example. That's the inspirational stuff we need to pull for this side of the map. 100%. Ripshade, when you see this, you're gonna understand. You're gonna see it immediately. Think the exact same thing. I think this is I think what we should do for the infested side. Yeah, I'm actually liking this idea more and more, to have like the old UNSC versus the new UNSC. This one will almost feel like something like UNSC almost out of Halo 4 or 5. Probably not, because not exactly, but because of that. But just basically, if I go off that shiny, like white, you know, design, it'll feel a lot like the science labs and stuff like that. It's Callisto Protocol. Oh, that's Callisto Protocol? I don't know why I said Callisto. That's Callisto Protocol? Okay, that looks like Dead Space. Literally, just straight up, I just thought that was Dead Space. Okay, Callisto Protocol. I guess Callisto Protocol is a bit derivative, but so was Dead Space and Halo. So, you know, can't really hold it against them. Like the flood is just it's all just the aliens, you know? It's all just the xenomorphs. You know, bio nest thing. So it's all good. Okay, why is it not... Okay, now it'll snap to there. That's so weird. Okay. Anyway, I think that I need to snap this to a specific length. I don't know why I'm just kind of tapping it away. There we go. This should work perfectly. Okay, snap to whatever you're going to snap to, and then we will go... It's 3360. 3360. And then we will snap it to back to wherever it was snapped before. There we go, and there we go. All lined up. And yeah, there. Heavily inspired by Dead Space since it's the same dev who worked on the original Dead Space. Oh, right. It's the same dev that like went off and I remember that now. Yeah. So that's going to go into that, which will be concrete block, and probably have some support structure-looking thing, or a vent, which would be kind of cool. To have tentacles kind of coming out of the vent and clinging to the wall, like these. Like maybe something like... where are the ones that are like dripping? I think it is just this one. Is this a separate one from that one? It is. So like if I have like a ventilation shaft over here, and I have this sort of coming out of it, you know? To where it doesn't block movement of the player here. That way it'll still be a usable platform, because that was the intention. Let's see. And then, oh, I said I was going to leave, so everybody left. I know that that's a thing on Twitch, but I forgot about it. That if you mention I might have to get off now, everyone goes, okay, bye, and just bugs out. I forgot about that. And then I'm still going for a little bit longer. But yeah, I am going to have to go soon, so I guess that's fine. I am actually going to have to go soon. So if I do concrete block down to like here, right? And then I embed these a little bit into the wall and have actual struts going down, then that would be kind of cool. I'm liking this a lot. Very heavy tech-based, you know, thing. And I can leave this here, actually. I could even leave these ribs here, potentially. And then sort of bring that out with some kind of design detail that comes out that direction, either halfway or all the way. Maybe an angled, like a diagonal. Like, okay. I think people are going to eventually get used to the fact that I do that a lot, because most people don't, you know, most streamers just do a cold, quick cutout, and that's what Ludwig talks about, that you should do a cold quit, you know, a cold leave, because if you drag it out at all, people then, you know, eventually lose interest. Yeah, so that's pretty, you know, pretty important, I assume, if Ludwig is going to talk about it. As a thing. Okay, this is not wanting to snap here. So it's one of those cases where you gotta duplicate it, I think. Delete the original. And then the duplicate is going to register that it is not all the way over by where it originally was anymore. It's over here now. But also it looks like there's not a snapping point, because this block goes up into the ceiling. I'm seeing that now. Okay, okay. So I'd have to snap it to... okay. It's gonna be reverse on its scaling. So I need to snap it there. I need to bring it down. I need to then proceed to use the reverse to get it into the right spot. And then I could theoretically... I kind of like that angle, to be honest. That's not too bad. I might actually bring it down and make it... Yeah, I don't want it super deep like that. I want it to be more like a reaching out into the room to support the roof. And then that supports this concept, reaching across, which I like a lot. And the reason I was looking at it and thinking it looks really cool and I was liking it a lot is this. If I do this and put some flood tentacles all up inside there, reaching through them, it would be really cool looking to just have that on the ceiling. And I could theoretically put some fleshy bits and another marine corpse where, what? Oh, down here. Not trying to be super gruesome, but just enough to have bodies. Like, I'm not putting blood, so I don't want to get you know, don't want to get, like, you know, immediately banned like they freaking did. But like this, and have him up inside the rafters. Don't want to get banned by 343, but I do like the idea of some corpses being up here and being trapped in the ceiling because they haven't gotten to cleaning this room yet. Obviously, that's not done. I want some fleshy, like, you know, masses as well. But yes. I wonder if... Oh my gosh. Aaron, do we still have Twitch set up to where people can't chat unless they're older? Unless they've been a follower for a certain amount of time? Because I went off to YouTube, and I don't know if we fixed that before I switched back to YouTube. Careful, you don't want to get banned by using official props in the game. Exactly, right? Aaron, I saw shield mode is on. What does this do? Did we change it? Did we fix it? I can't remember. Non-mod chat display. I don't know what that is. Clear chat from view for non-mods. I need to make sure of this. Chat verification, auto mod. Where are those settings? Let's see, phone verification, email verification. All chatters must have a verified email. I guess that keeps people from spamming you if they're not real. They're bots. Some chatters, first-time chatters in my channel must have a verified phone number. Chatters without a verified phone number must have accounts older than 1 week. What? Okay. Is this good or no? I don't know. I don't remember what we had set up, and I think you had told me to turn something off, and I don't remember if we did or not. A little moderation.
Chalk up another one for the big green.
Hey, gotta follow. Welcome. Let's see. Well, Aaron, I know that it's delayed, so you're probably in the middle of replying and talking about it, but after I've shown off each of these tabs, you can tell me if I've got something messed up. Terms and phrases, banned chatters, let's see. Auto mod. Is auto mod in general the problem? Hey, Ripshade, how's it going? I didn't have my screen up, so I couldn't tell who it was who just followed. Was that you who just followed? Let's see. Not really needed in a channel of your size. So I don't need auto mod at all. Okay, is what you're saying. Okay, well, I will turn that off for now. I've got it set to level 1, level 0. Auto save. Shield mode will automatically save any changes made. The settings, two settings even while active. Good. Yeah, I don't use auto mod either. Okay, cool. I just didn't want anyone to come in here throwing profanities at people. So I was like, I guess I should turn this on. I don't know, it's the internet. But you're right. With so few people, it shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. Clear chat from view for non-mods. I don't know what that means. Is that bad? Yeah, if you see any settings on here you want me to change, you let me know, because you guys know this stuff better than I do. I'm terrible at Twitch. I'll like straight up blindly take y'all's suggestions at this point. But yeah. And I will learn more about it as we go, but yeah. But anyway, okay, so if you see anything else in here, I'll pull this back up, but for now, I'll put this back down. I need to probably, let's see, get going soon, but yeah. It sucks that Ripshade just joined in. Right whenever I was about to get going. Email and phone number, you can probably turn off. Okay, I'll do that. I just didn't want, like, you know, let's see, non-mod, okay, chat verification. Must have a verified email. Email verification is off. Phone number verification off. Okay. Any updates? Okay, we mostly talked a lot today. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, but I will show you what we talked about, because you just joined in. So we'll do sort of a recap at the very end here, I guess, about all the things we talked about before I sign off. So Ripshade. I showed off these, and I was talking about what we were talking about the bright side, dark side of the map, you know? That's not Twitter. Or not Twitch, I mean Discord. Wrong words, completely. So, okay. So, Aaron was sending me images whenever I was talking about the other side of the map, these two, as from Star Wars, you know, Jedi Survivor. And they look really freaking cool. And then he sent these, and they're even cooler. Because we were talking about potentially having the red side still be infested with the flood, that they're like frozen and dormant or dead, quote unquote dead. We don't know yet. They're sort of trying to wipe out the flood off the area and clean it all up, right? It's for use. So this is what we're thinking about, is kind of like this, but like red lights. I basically, if I went to go into a mood board, if I was going to build an actual mood board, I'd actually color shift this, like Aaron was talking about in the other, he sent that video where the guy was talking about it. Color shift this, where I just take this entire screen and just shift it red a little bit, like shift all the green to red in GIMP, which I know how to do in a clean way that doesn't just look goofy. But the point is that, yeah, this is from Callisto Protocol, which is, you know, basically Dead Space visually. But basically what we were talking about was that potentially, because we were talking about the dark side, or the red side versus the blue side, I hadn't even started making the blue side like you had wanted, with the shininess and all that, unfortunately. But that was because I wanted to visualize the other side to see if we were going to do that visual you're talking about on both sides of the map, or if we do want to do the flood-infested red side. And we got some like corpses in the ceiling, and ideas and stuff like that. The ribs I was thinking about leaving there to make it look like the older version style, you know, and then doing something different in the new side, where they're sort of rebuilding things and cleaning things up. And we were taking inspiration. I deleted this again because I realized that we have time to actually turn this into a glass, you know, plant, you know, again, plant life area, and then we can have the flood dangling out of a ductwork right above it. So we did a whole bunch of stuff like that, where I was talking about that. And that's mostly what we were doing today, is talking about what I've gotten. Like, I was showing stuff off, like the stuff that you already saw at the beginning, but also showing off this. And we were discussing how to really make it feel very flood-like. And the music just kicked in right as I came back into the side of the base, and it feels nice. But yeah. So yeah, we were thinking everything's cleaned off of flood up to like a point, like the entry into this section of the base. Literally just inside the red base has no flood, has flood. There might be some tentacles coming out onto the ground here, or wrapping around here, or wrapping around and going up there. And that would be really cool. But having marines embedded inside of the fleshy bits of the why is his face all black? Does that load properly in the actual map, but not here, because that looks demonic? His is loading fine. Anyway, hey, yeah, talking about it is all good too. Did you look out the windows? Oh, I never did. I never looked out the window like we talked about. Oh yeah, that is really cool. Now it's visible there. Yeah, and it happens to be the right distance that the light isn't like disintegrating. Perfect. It just barely is starting to fade out up there. Man, that is perfect. It probably fades out. No, you can't. It doesn't fade out even around there. That is pure luck. Oh man, that's great. That is fantastic. Meanwhile, it'd be the same over here. Heat out there. That's very awesome. The heat sinks. Those heat sinks are probably going to be kind of fun to talk about as, or to think about as, this base had such good heat radiators that's why the flood ended up freezing to like dormant or death in here. At Will Forges. Oh, what's your progress to affiliate? Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I missed that. Because I looked away and then looked back and then saw the other ones. I'm gonna check that out real quick. But basically, if these heat sinks were cooling the entire base and they shut off all of the machines over here, then this area could rapidly freeze. They could also release argon into the area to immediately, you know, lock them up in place and freeze them, like in ODST when in the server room where they release all that argon to kill the to cool it off. All this stuff was just nonsense. I was testing out for this stuff, but anyway, I can actually delete that now, and that. And that, and this. So yeah, the point is that this area right here I think is really nifty because yeah, it kind of explains how this happened in the first place. But yeah, okay, yeah, I'm gonna check my affiliate thing, my progress to affiliate, like you were asking. Let's see, Twitch. Where do you see that? Video. Why is OBS minimized? That's weird. Okay, channel, video producer safety, subscriptions, draft forward, blah, 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 blah. How do you see that? I don't remember. Do I go to channel? Video producer. I think in video producer, right? Community content, settings, viewer awards. Dashboard. Oh, right! Is it Stream Manager? Up here? Is this where this was? Creator Camp, Safety Center? No. I don't know what's going on. I'm doing things wrong. Okay. I'm in Video Producer. Home? Is that it? Is this it? Right click here. Achievements? No, that's achievements. Research, stream summary, overview, analytics, viewers, Discord, engagement. I don't know. Then community, pretty sure. Okay, community. Here we go. Roles manager, activity, followers list. Average users, max viewers, followers. Let's see. Engagement. Oh, whoops. Community. Activity, maybe followers list. Roles manager. Achievements. In analytics, achievements. Here we go. Yes, you're right. Man, the music turned off. It's like, you said you were getting off, man. No, it's not. Wait, it is off, yes. Okay. Okay, achievements. Path to affiliate. Here we go. 31 of 50. Stream for 8 hours is reset because that's the last 30 days status, and I just came back to Steam or Twitch. Don't know how I got that one wrong. Stream on 7 different days. Average of 3 viewers. We definitely got that so far. We got to get this up, and then I need to get to 50 followers. So I need to make but you have to have an average of 3 viewers for 30 days. Yeah, that's this one. Average 3 viewers thing. Yeah. Which so far we got 6.07. That's good. That's fantastic. And what I'm going to do is put a follower count at the top of the screen again, because I used to have that, but on YouTube it just did not work. So I just removed it. In fact, I can literally turn on the one from YouTube, and it just says 70 still. That was subscribers on YouTube. That was so many days ago. I'm at 137, I think, as of the stream with my sister the other day, yesterday. So, because I got 3 new subscribers that day. So, that was a long time ago. That was like 2 months ago, and it never updated the entire time. But it works for Twitch, because I use, what do you call it? I don't remember where it is. I don't know if I have it bookmarked up here on my tabs. Do I? No, I don't remember where it is. But yeah, the other Twitch thing, the one where you, yeah. I just need 60 more followers and I get it. Nice. Under affiliate achievements. Yes. Okay. Okay. So basically, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's cool. Is there anyone I should raid before I go? I don't know if I've even got anyone still in the chat, because people may not be wanting to watch me look at my stats there. Might have been boring. But let me see. If we got anyone left, maybe I can raid someone like Emerald, maybe? Is Emerald up? Let's see. I see Ubernick is active. Unknown Emerald is offline. Unique is offline. Duquesne is offline. Who else is on? Oh, Ripshade is offline. I could raid Ubernick. I don't know. There's only 4 people here. But yeah. Tier 1 obviously has to be that face you pulled a few days ago. Yeah. It's an infinite stream, Lamau. Right? I know, right? It looks like it only goes so deep. Nope, it's catching up. Never mind. We'll pause it. No, we'll see how deep it goes in the process. But who should I raid? I guess Ubernick. He's the only one online that I know of. Unless you guys have someone else. Tell me someone else who you want me to... yes, infinite. Have you seen that picture? Oh man, yeah, that picture was hilarious. Yeah, it will get there. It will. I'll just leave it to go a little longer. Oh, look, we're back. Boom. No, I haven't, lol. Nice. It's like twitching back and forth. Look, it's gone. It's Ubernick, and then it's back to infinity. It's like going... No, it's like switching back and forth. Anyway, so, man, it's a really goofy picture. It's in the Discord. I made a face. I sent it to Aaron to show him why I couldn't stream at the time, because I had the baby on my lap like this, and I was really far away from so I took a selfie and I had a weird expression, and then he just cropped it to just my face, and it was just like hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, okay, so who should I raid? Ubernick? Do y'all have someone else that's streaming you? Okay, where is it? Browse. Where's Halo? Halo Infinite. Okay. Okay, is anyone doing Forge? Like, I want to find someone who's streaming Forge. These people are all playing. I want to raid someone who's doing Forge. I guess I could raid someone who's just doing Halo, but this is all play. This is all gameplay, isn't it? Sonic Simulator stream? That's not even Halo. What is wrong with you people? Okay. Let's see. Now we can raid each other. Let me check. Yeah, exactly. Now we can raid each other. That's gonna be cool. All of these appear to be just Halo or not even Halo. If it's... Yeah, I guess I gotta raid someone. I guess I'll grab Ubernick. He's the only one that I know. Actually, I don't know most of these people. Unless you guys want to tell me someone to raid really fast. I'm probably either picking up followers as we discuss who to raid, or I'm losing them. I'm not sure which. Or not followers, but viewers. Let's see. Why is my scroll wheel not working all of a sudden? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I guess we'll raid you. Yeah. Yes. Nice. Let's see. Let me check. Let's see. Oh, you said Discord and click pins. Now we can raid each other. Yes. Discord. Click pins. Where are the pins? I have no idea where that is. I could just post it. I could just do that. Here we go. It's right here. There we go. Boom. It's very small, but yes. Yeah, okay, so how do you raid? I forget how to raid too. I think it's somewhere up here. If I'm not mistaken, video producer, I think. It was in here somewhere. Stream manager, I think it was. It was off on the side here. Or something like that. Introducing guest star. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I'm really interested in that. But manage goals, raid channel, pick somebody, start raid, and you just hit this. There it is. There's the big screen version. So that's gonna be one of our our emojis, our emotes, our reactions. I suppose I don't know what you call them in Twitch, but it's one of those things, I'm sure. All right, so I'll just hit start raid and then we'll get going. Oh, you can do it that way? Yeah, it's really simple in here now, but you have to be following the channel. The reason none of those other people are in here that are doing Halo is because you have to already be following them, channels you follow, or you can go click here and like search. But yes, and then you just click it and you hit start raid. I haven't hit the actual button yet, but yes. Okay, so let's do that now, I guess. We'll just hit start raid and then I will be done. I think that kicks y'all out immediately. I actually don't know. So we're going to do an experiment. You can tell me next time. Maybe Aaron will just message me in Discord. But as soon as I hit this button, I think it's going to move all of y'all over to Ubernick's channel. I don't know, and we'll find out. Yeah, but done. And then it's either that or it's now, right before I go offline. It's going, right as I hit go offline, it's going to start. So I don't